Good evening. Welcome to our City Council meeting of Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. Due to COVID-19, this meeting will be conducted on Blue Jeans pursuant to the provision of Governor's Executive Order N-2920, which suspended certain requirements of the Brown Act. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Normally, we will do the Pledge of Allegiance, but have not been doing that. And since we are seated, we will remain so. And in the words of Supervisor Scott Haggerty, when he chairs our MTC meetings, as he says, we're going to skip the pledge, but be sure to do something patriotic. So with that, we'll have the roll call, please. Hi, Anna. We barely heard you. Could you try that again, please?
Sure. Councilmember Gakoskas?
Here.
Councilmember Singh?
Here.
Councilmember Patino?
Here.
Vice Mayor Duncan?
Here.
Mayor Dutra-Vernaci?
Here. Section 2 is unfinished business, and we have none this evening. Section 3 is proclamations and presentations. 3A, please.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and City Council members. This is Anna Brown, City Clerk and the city's elections official. Tonight, it's my pleasure to present to you the results of the general municipal election held on November 3rd, 2020. Next slide, please. On November 3rd, 2020, the general municipal election was held in the city of Union City. In the city of Union City, we have 40,844 registered voters, and this year we had a turnout of over 79%. And the following results were the re-election of Mayor Carol Dutra-Vernaci, the re-election of District 1 Councilmember Gary Singh, and the passage of Measure WW. With the adoption of the resolution this evening, Measure WW will go into effect on December 8th, 2020. Next slide, please. And that concludes this very brief report. And the recommendation is to adopt a resolution declaring results of the general municipal election held on November 3rd, 2020.
Okay, thank you so much, Anna. And I just had somebody text me saying that they're watching from their television at home and the sound is bad. So I don't know, Mario, if there's anything you could do about that. But that being said, we do have a resolution and this needs to be adopted. So I'll entertain a motion, please.
I'll do the motion.
Okay, there's been a motion by Councilmember Patino. Is there a second?
Yeah, I second it, Madam Mayor.
Okay, the motion's by Councilmember Patino, a second by Councilmember Gakoskas. So Anna, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Gakoskas?
Aye.
Councilmember Patino?
Aye.
Councilmember Singh?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Duncan?
Aye.
Mayor Dutra-Vernaci?
Aye. Before we go into 3B, I'd like to say that normally we would take a break after the oath of office and comments. And as you all may recall, after we take that break or during that break, we've had cupcakes in the past. Because this is a virtual meeting, we're going to forego the break and the cupcakes. So this is what I call the low-calorie installation. So that being said, Anna, 3B, please.
Oath of office and installation of Mayor Carol Dutra-Vernaci.
Oh. Okay, now what's supposed to be happening here is the screens are going to be transitioning. So I understand Mario is doing that. So if everybody will bear with us as we get that going. Okay, Matthew, it looks like Mario did the transition, so when you are ready.
Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Carol Dutra-Vernaci,
I, Carol Dutra-Vernaci,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now this is where I'm going to take a couple of minutes to make some comments before we move on to the swearing in of Councilmember Singh. I would like to thank you for taking the time to be with us this evening. At the start of my campaign for re-election, my husband Mike said, "When you get re-elected, have Matt swear you in." My response was, since Mark, my brother that passed away last year, is gone, I can have Matthew do it because now I don't have to choose. So a couple of weeks ago, when Matthew and I were talking about the swearing in, Matthew said, "Let's wear Hawaiian attire in honor of Mark." And so that's what we're doing this evening. And for those that know Mark, you would understand. Even though our dad's family came to Dakota over 100 years ago, my dad would have been 102 if he were alive. Our mother was from Hawaii. So coincidentally, because I wanted an American flag present for my installation, I used this flag. I received this flag last year at the annual United States Mayor's Conference that was held in Honolulu. The note on the flag says, "This United States flag was raised and lowered on the USS Arizona Memorial on June 19th, 2019, and the USS Missouri on June 12th, 2019. And yesterday, December 7th, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Our parents' generation endured and sacrificed so much during World War II. And I thought about that at the start of the pandemic as we realized COVID was going to be so devastating to so many families and communities. Cities across the country have been hit hard financially because of the pandemic. Even when we get this virus under control, we know it's going to take years to recover. We also know that homelessness is on the rise because of COVID. As I start my final 4 years as mayor, we will be addressing these issues. As a matter of fact, both issues, homelessness and city finances, are on tonight's agenda. Residents of Union City, we are fortunate that we have a dedicated, hardworking staff. Thanks to you, the voters, Measure WW passed. The funds from this measure will help keep our staff doing the job that they do so well to provide the city services that we rely on. I want to thank all of those that helped on my campaign. One day, a fellow mayor said to me, "How are we supposed to find the time to campaign when we are so busy doing the job of mayor?" I agreed with her wholeheartedly. Were it not for those that volunteered to help in whatever capacity they chose, I might not be here now. Speaking of female mayors, I would like to mention that of the 14 cities in Alameda County, I think 2021 will set a new record for female mayors in the county. In 2021, of the 14 cities, 11 cities will have female mayors. 8 are directly elected and 3 have rotating mayors. It's my understanding that all 3 will have female mayors this year. I will close with the fact that I look forward to continuing to work with council members Duncan, Dacoscos, Singh, and Patino, our commissioners, our staff, and all residents of Union City over the next 4 years. Thank you very much. Now with that, we'll go on to 3C.
Oath of office and installation of District 1 Council Member Gary Singh.
Glad you can make it, Gary. Gary, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Gary.
Go ahead.
I, Gary Singh,
I, Gary Singh,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemy, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I will take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, and I know you'll do a great job again, Gary, for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to say good evening and thank you for being here for everyone tonight or this evening. I will say a few words. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those who supported me in my bid for a re-election to the council. I'm grateful to you for your support. It is truly an honor to represent you in the council. First and foremost, thank you to my wife and my kids who were there for me during the highs and lows during my campaign. Thank you so much for being there for me. It means a lot to me. Second, my father and mother's teaching provide me with essential value and good ethic to remember by and to always service my community wholeheartedly with the reservation. Next, I want to thank you to Boon Mitra, Anna Ruth, Vipin Bajwa, former City Council member Jim Navarro, business owner Makan Bain, Sarup Judge, former Mayor Mark Green, Sean Manalo, Jeff Wang, and trustee Sharon Kaur, who all worked incredibly in my campaign by donating, assembling the sign, putting the sign, dropping literature, and many, many other things that I could not do myself. What a great team, and I thank you. And just important to all those who voted for me and also to those who did not vote for me, I promise that I will listen to your concern and seek out a solution. I am looking forward to next 4 years working hard to make Union City an even better place to live. I truly appreciate your confidence in me, and I will do my very best to represent your voice in our government. The last couple of years have been economically challenging for all of us. Utilizing cost-cutting measures, we've successfully trimmed the expense while maintaining the same quality of life in Union City. As we go into this new year's, we will take what we have learned over the last 2 years. We will continue moving forward and capitalizing on new opportunity. In closing, I wish to thank the citizen of Union City for the privilege of serving as a member of City Council. To the member of this council, I thank you again for the confidence you have shown me in the last 4 years. There is no doubt in my mind that we live in the best city in America. I trust each of these council members and the mayor, hardworking staff share my belief. Together with you, the citizens of Union City, we will continue to keep our city a beautiful and safe place to live in, a place that we can call all home and be proud of it. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Singh, for those words. As
Thank you.
promised, we will continue on with the agenda. So item 3D, please.